36 Seconds is a series produced by Black Heart Association based on the fact that every 36 seconds someone dies from heart disease. This series aims to highlight the devastating effects heart disease and stroke have on the Black family. Listen in to these stories of love, loss, and survival.
It was rocky. Like, we really just clashed heads because we were probably one and the same. So we kind of butt heads just because he wanted me to do a certain thing, I wanted to do my own thing. Or I wanted to do it a different way, but still do it how he wanted me to, but it still was just rocky because part of me wanted to hate him for things that he did to my mom or things that he didn't do with me. So it kind of made me resent him sometimes or make me kind of just be standoffish with him. Made me not want to open up to him and stuff. I feel like it really started when I hit puberty. It wasn't always like that though.
It's a lot of pressure for sure because of his legacy he left. So it's like, I don't want to make mistakes to kind of throw that legacy off, or like I want to follow my own path, but I want to follow his steps too because he left a lot for me to learn, things that he already taught me. I would say we were best friends, but our relationship was really wrapped around football because that's what we bonded over. But then, like, I want to say I was like in 4th grade. I told him I didn't want to play anymore. I think that's kind of when we started to argue. And then like, after that, we would have little arguments about it. And then 8th grade was my last year playing football. Yeah, really because he started to push me more. Like, I didn't really like football for a little bit, and then he was started to push me more, tell me that I could be something in football.
I've learned that the best thing you can do is keep it real with anybody. He's taught me responsibility. That's the main thing he kept trying to drill in my head. Be responsible, be able to take care of myself so I don't gotta depend on nobody. I think that was the main thing he wanted me to make sure I got down, be responsible, know how to fend for yourself, because it's gonna be a time where there won't be anybody but you.
Well, first thing he always taught me was to respect women. That was probably the biggest thing. He also taught me to stand up for myself in a lot of situations and also be responsible because I'm gonna grow up one day and be a man and have to take care of my own family.
Heart disease is one of the leading causes of death for Black people in America. I also know that a lot of, majority of heart disease can come from stress, and some of it can come from just it being in your family.
It's the number one killer. Well, I think in women, but also in the Black community, and that it can come out of nowhere, and if you're not really prepared, it could take your life.
It's taught me that I need to be more proactive about my health, like overall health, not just what I eat, but my mental health too. It's also just really taught me that I need to pay attention.
It taught me to just know about it and know how to not prevent it, but try to prevent it. Can't really, but just take care of yourself and go to the doctor.
It cost me my dad and my aunt too. It's cost me a lot of stressful nights.
It cost me my best friend, the best aunt I could have. But I think that whole week, he was working a lot. He was tired. He was sleeping a lot. And then Friday night, we ate dinner together. We ate at the table. Then I went to sleep. And about 7 in the morning, it was raining hard. It was storming. and I heard a scream. So it woke me up immediately. And then I didn't know where it came from, so I just waited to see if it would happen again, and it did. And I walked in his room. He was like bent over on the bed, breathing hard. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. So I walked over to him, and I was trying to tell him to calm down. I said, "Daddy, please calm down." So then my next thought was to wake up my big sister. And I woke her up, and we went back in the room. He was well, I want to say he was gone. And then we went to the hospital. It was about like 30 minutes or so. They finally pronounced it, and then like my whole world just crashed. I'm scared. I don't really know what to do. I'm scared. I've never been in a situation like this before, so my thoughts are all over the place. Like, what was he doing? What's going on?
Actually, I talked to him that Monday before he passed, but I had just seen him the Sunday before. I was at home visiting from school. I decided to stop by and see him before I left on the road. Like, we always used to get into it because I wouldn't let him know I was at home. But it was just because if I call him, he'd be like, "What you at home for? What are you doing here?" So I left and I saw him. We actually had a conversation for about 30 minutes. I was talking to somebody at the time. I wanted them to meet him, but they were scared because they had this impression of him that he was just this big monster. So we were in there talking, and he was just telling me like about how he felt about my mom, about somebody he was seeing, about how he always wanted to be honest with me, but he was afraid of how I would feel. So I think I let him know that you didn't have to hide your feelings from me because I want you to be happy just like I want to be happy. And then we said I love you, we gave each other hugs, and then he called me Monday to make sure I was gonna come home for the weekend. And that was the last time I saw him.
He called me and my other sister into the room. He was talking to us about how he had a will set up for us, how he pretty much had us taken care of if he were to leave or something like that. And I think later, the day after he passed away, I was just sitting thinking about that conversation. Like, I'm just praying that he's okay. I'm praying, I'm thinking that it can't happen because you never think stuff like this can happen to you. So I was thinking like he'll be all right. You know, my dad, he's strong, so I'm thinking he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right. And then I think my mom, I heard her say she's gone, and then I just didn't know I didn't believe it. It's definitely been tough. I don't want to say I lost my best friend, but I felt like I did because for a while I couldn't talk to him because him and his dad kind of had the same relationship that me and my dad had. So it was kind of hard to talk to him. Like, I couldn't. And then I would see everybody else with their dad playing sports and just doing things. But like I just always think about the things that he taught me, the times that we had, but it's definitely tough.
I was asleep, and it was like 7 in the morning, my phone was ringing. I thought it was my mom just wanting to talk because lately me and my mom have been on the phone like every single day. So I'm thinking she just got off work, she wanted to talk. But my phone, like something was off, like I'm saying hello, but I'm not hearing my mom say anything. So then I hang up the phone. I had a friend over, and I'm telling my friend like, my mom just called me, but I can't hear nothing. So I'm gonna lay back down, wait to see if my phone rings again. I lay back down, I get a knock on the door. It's my aunt, and she's like, "Hey Stephanie, you might wanna wake up. They're saying that they have to rush your dad to the ambulance, to the emergency room." And I'm like, so I just jump up. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I try to call Shannon. She didn't answer the phone. So then I called Steven. When I called Steven, he's like, Daddy passed out. I don't know what's wrong with him. I just hope I don't lose him. And I'm like, still not taking it serious, because I'm like, that's not something I'm used to hearing. Like you said, my dad's strong. I can't count how many times on my hand that my dad's been in the hospital. So I'm like, he good. Like, he gonna be all right. Like, it's okay. Like, he's gonna be good. And then my mom called me. She was like, you might want to get down here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Hang up. About 20 minutes later, I go back in my room and I hear my aunt on the phone. She's like, what? And she like calms herself down. She's like, okay. And I'm thinking she's doing that because she knows I'm in that room. So I jump up just because I'm like, what's going on? So she finally hangs up and tears are rolling down her face and she's like, your dad's gone. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I lost it. I just lost it. Like, there wasn't nothing else I could do but just go crazy. I started punching the walls. And then it was like, we were in the car for 3 hours, 4 hours. By the time I got there, they had already took his body, so the next time I saw him, he was in a casket, in a suit. It's crazy. I graduated like 3 months after. We talked about like what he wanted me to do when I finished, go to grad school, do something so I could be living how I wanted to, like my aunt. It was crazy because my whole family was there. Kind of made me feel like he was there because I had all those people there. But he missed graduating college. He missed my sister graduating high school. It's so much more that he gonna miss, but...
And he missed my first day of high school. He missed the chance to teach me how to drive. He missed me getting my permit and my license.
I definitely say don't rush it. It's not something that's gonna just happen overnight, that you just get over, because it's gonna be days where you feel fine. There's gonna be days where you feel horrible. There's gonna be days where you're questioning everything because somebody who was able to get you out of any situation is not able to anymore. You might have one parent, but then you don't want to bring it to them because you don't want to stress them out too much, you know. But I would say that cherish your parents. Cherish them, everything that you can. Just never forget that they're human, just like we are.
Definitely don't push the people that love you away. It's not gonna, you gotta take one day at a time because every day is gonna be different. And just trust in God to get you through it.
I had to learn to forgive because I felt like I held a lot of feelings in from my dad. Just resenting him for things that I didn't have any control over. It was never anything I could do about what him and my mom had going on. I had to finally realize that and just forgive him for just being a human being.
My aunt, she had 3 heart attacks. And like when she had it, I didn't really know what it was. And then after I started to learn more about it, and then I think my grandfather, he was having some heart problems too. And that's when I started I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to know what it was, so something like this did happen, I can know what was happening.
definitely been trying to start being more healthier. Like I said, I've been struggling with the eating part, but I started a journey with one of my friends. She does Herbalife. I kind of like their products, so I've been exploring that. I try to walk more, just lately I haven't been, but I try to. And then I also talk to a therapist.
Not much, but I was seeing a therapist. But that's it.
Like I said, I'm trying to get there, but my overall goal is to completely be either maybe completely vegan, not maybe, pescatarian maybe, but I definitely want to change the way I eat in general. Some of the little personal activities I like to partake in, but I plan on cutting back a lot, just so I can have a clear mind and be able to think and rationalize my feelings without being intoxicated or something.
I say thank you.
I'm sorry.